Welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to a oldie but goodie. This is a 1987 interview of Whoopi Goldberg talking about her movie Burglar. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about these old interviews because I absolutely love them. But before we get started, I want you to consider checking out my second YouTube channel. The link is in the description box below. Help me get this video to 100 likes. And as always, don't forget to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.
Honestly, it's just, I don't know why it's so tiring, because you don't really get up and do anything, you just talk.
Yeah, but it's the same questions and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff.
3, 2, 1, we have speed.
We're speeding. Oh, Whoopi,
Yes?
you're a silly woman.
You think so?
You're a silly woman. Is acting just nothing more than child's play of being a kid and keep on?
Not much more.
I mean,
It's pretend. It's let's play pretend, and sometimes they pay you for it.
you hope that they pay you for it.
Well, you hope that they pay you for it.
Is it easier to pretend serious for you than it is to pretend being silly?
No, it's very rare that I get silly. It's actually very rare. I find that it's easier for me to just do whatever comes up, because in humor there is dramatics, and in dramatics there's humor. So the best thing for me is to get a script that's kind of unformed in that way. And you find the moments as you play, as you work in front of the camera, you find those moments. And you get a nice blend. Burglar is a nice blend of drama and humor. Fortunately, most of the comedy is not on my back, so I'm real pleased about it.
Really? Why is that?
Now, even though Burglar is one of my top 3 favorite movies of Whoopi Goldberg's, let me know, where does Burglar fall in when it comes to you within the ranking?
Why am I pleased about it?
Yeah.
Because it will tend to remind people that I'm not a comic. I've never been a comic. I've never done stand-up. I've always of several movie studios.
And it must be rough then with the pressure that you must get from these people. We want you to be funny all the time. We want you to do a bit. Yeah. I was thinking of the scene where you go to the artist's studio and you drop into that character.
Yes.
Was that originally scripted, or was that one of those improvisational things?
The script called for the lines, but I thought if I was caught peeking through somebody's peek hole, what would I do? I thought, okay, I'm going to try this, and I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. And everyone on the floor, we had to do it a couple times because the camera was like this, because it's a funny scene, you know, and it wasn't supposed to be a funny scene, but it is how people tend to react at a moment's notice.
Please forgive me for the video doing all this flicking stuff. This is the best copy I was able to find, and I had to have this interview on my channel. But tell me your thoughts about it so far.
That's what makes it interesting. That's why I do it. The same thing at the beginning of the film. When I come out of the house and I'm confronted with the car and the guy behind me, it's like, what are you going to do? Okay, let's try this. Let's go over the top and see if I can get away from these two guys. Excuse me, and get to safety. And those are things you only discover when the camera is running.
Well, you've got to have then, when you're picking not only the projects, but also the director that will give you that freedom.
Well, you know, now I kind of tend to be able to sit down with the director before anything's really done on a film and say, how are you about this and how are you about this and what annoys you? So I know. You know, and this is how I tend to work. I don't give much in rehearsal because there's no adrenaline. It's not until I get in front of you and you say action that you will find out really what's coming. You will rarely be disappointed. It may not always work for what you see in the film. Is that okay? And let's see, I've made 5 films. Only one did I not get to sit down with and had no control over. The other ones, including Color Purple, because there was dialogue. As long as directors and actors talk, and there is a confidence that a director has in an actor, it works. You know, some actors can't work that way, and that's okay too. But it works for me this way.
Getting back to being funny, I think most people think of you as being a funny person that makes them laugh. In your personal life, when you go out and you're with friends, do they expect you to be funny, to be on,
No,
to be entertaining?
it's a shock to them that people think of me as a comedian. It is a shock to people who know my work that I'm labeled as this. But
Okay, let me know in the comments. Even though she has said previously in this interview that she is not a comedian, she don't do the whole stand-up thing. Do you look at her as a ha-ha type comedian person? Even though she has played in roles that were meant to be on the comedy level, me personally, I don't look at her as a comedian. But she has done comedy roles. Tell me your thoughts about that in the comments.
I guess the fact that I look so much like Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy, you can't quite get away from the fact that I must be funny. Must be funny because I mean you see The Big Chill. Nobody calls Bill Hurt a comedian.
That's true. That's true. Do you want to have more and more control over what you do in terms of what gets put on the final product?
I want to have script control and I want dialogue with the director. I want control over the pictures they put out and how I manufacture. Because if you're going to use me to sell your movie, I want you to sell me into something that I feel good about. I don't ever want to be put or do good work and have it sliced and cut and trashed and then have someone put it out with my name on it. And
Now, we've all known actors, actresses that have performed in movies that, that was kind of gaudy or weird, very untasteful. Let me know, have you came across any movies of Whoopi Goldberg that you would put in that category?
so it's referred to as my movie.
One thing I didn't understand in the movie, and maybe you can clue me in on this. I know you do a lot of research in creating a background for your character. What did this character see in this weird next-door neighbor as a friend? Why did they become such good friends?
Because they were both lonely.
And loneliness is the key. Of course, it doesn't take a lot of him to get filled up with, okay, that's enough. Now please go someplace else.
Yeah,
But it was loneliness
Yeah.
between the two of them.
yeah. Coming out of jail, I think, was very tough for Bernie, and knowing that she could not continue to be a burglar. And she meets this kind of weird guy who has a business, who is together enough to keep a business going, who's just a little bit out there, that she likes and is harmless to her. And she is harmless to him, and they look out for each other. That you will see more of if we get to make the sequel.
You're willing to do part two?
Oh, I think it's necessary. The chemistry between Bob and I is too nice not to put back again.
Great. We'll look forward to it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Whoopi. I have a favor to ask. I know you're on a tight schedule. I have an autograph.
Now, even though I've said this once before, I feel the need to say it again. Please accept my apology. This is the best interview I was able to find up under this particular movie. But please let me know in the comments your thoughts about this video. Tell me your thoughts about Whoopi Goldberg as an actor as well as a person. And as always, don't forget to like, share, watch more videos, and subscribe to the channel.